It is Saturday, December 19th, and I have to go to Target. And it's snowing a lot. Oh, this tea is so cold. Joe moved my scraper, so now he has to come out and clean up his mess. He left that mess in my car. I forgot my gloves. Wait, my gloves are my gloves in my no. Where'd I put my gloves? Regretting the slip-ons? Sorry, guys.
See you later.
Wait, no, where's my scraper?
I don't know where your scraper is.
I
Use
can't.
a broom.
Good Lord, no! What? Oh, dang it. Okay. Luckily, I am so lucky to have heated seats. It feels so luxurious. My butt is warm. Okay. To Target for stocking stuffers. Here we go. But then comes the inevitable moment after you have wrestled with everything to get yourself into the car that you're too hot and sweaty to wear the poofy coat anymore. So you get we are going to drive to Target, which is about 12 minutes away or so, depending on how you're driving. Oh yeah, we've gotten about, I'd say about 4 inches of snow. Not bad. It's really light snow. It's not super wet or anything, so that's fun. As usual, like when I start a new project, like my brain goes, wee! This is so much fun. I'm really good at making up excuses for me not to film as much, you know. Now it's kind of like the final push. I want to record. I feel like I have to catch up. I feel like I have to record more and more. So that's entertaining. I might have to spend some time sitting down today and cranking out some content for Sam so that he can get a leg up and we can start scheduling out content. So that might be what I have to do. Oh dear, my eyes. Things are icing up. I gotta switch tactics here. Oh no. Welcome to driving in winter in Alaska, where the lanes are made up and the lights don't matter. First category, when the hell am I supposed to merge off of this place so I can get to Target? I am coming to the sudden conclusion that I should not have jumped on the highway for this escapade. This was a bad choice. Oh good, brake lights, that's what we need. Good job, everybody. Everybody's doing so good. Oh, for sake, you lower 48 plebeian who has no idea how snow flurries work. Get the f out of my way. I'm sorry, I'm using furnace repair language. The blue skies from now on. Here's the overpass to Target. And it is, as usual, kind of crazy here. Visibility is not great today either, so. Green light, here we go, driving. There's a guy up there in a black pickup truck with his tailgate open. People sometimes put their tailgates down when they're driving. And there's one of two reasons for that, at least up here. One, his latch system froze and he can't actually close the truck now, or the tailgate now, that's always a great time. Or two, he read an article where it would help increase the gas mileage on his GMC. They have a gas mileage of 3. Successfully made it to Target without dying. And now, I have to put on my mask and dash inside real quick. Target isn't super excited about people filming in there. We're gonna have to be super sneak. Oh, there's still peppermint oil in this mask. Uh-oh, it's kind of burning my eyes. Oh no, I've done it bad. Yep, this is how it goes. And I don't have my scraper. That was the whole thing. It was packed in there. It was quite quite frankly awful. I should have done a delivery. I should not have gone out today. So many humans! So many filthy humans! And now I have to sit here and wait until this window thaws out a little bit. I have to go and get myself a cider as a reward. So I'm gonna go to Brown Jug, grab myself a cider, and then I'm gonna go get us pizza for dinner. It's Moose's Tooth, and I'm excited because Joe said yes to pizza margarita. And I'm so excited because I love pizza margarita. I'm tired. That was terrifying. And I didn't film a lot because there was a lot of people in there. This Brown Jug wasn't a horror show like everywhere else is. I found it. Okay. This means I can actually scrape down the rest of my windows. So it's 4:30 in the afternoon and it's nighttime. Because that's Alaska. Pizza, have in hand. So that place, there's no dine-in available anymore. They're doing everything by takeout. And in order to keep down capacity, they call you when your order's ready, give you a station number. You walk in, you go to your station number, you social distance the whole time. Keeps all of their staff safe. So they have like one guy running back and forth like, hey, what station number are you at? Okay, come with me to this one. So it keeps everybody relatively safe.
There is an Australian Shepherd doggo in the car next to me who says, hello, would like it if you would share your pizza with me, ma'am. Also my car, also my car. He's a good dog. He's a good boy.
I don't know why going out has to feel like a thing I barely survive every single time. Home again for dinner finally. I'm legitimately very hungry after running around and kind of being stressed out. So I'm going to absolutely destroy some of that pizza margarita. So excited. Because Moose's Tooth, that is the pizza to beat in Anchorage. No, like there is no contest. Like Moose's Tooth is the pizza to beat. Fat Ptarmigan I think is a close second. They're fantastic. You just can't beat Moose's Tooth. Especially since it's a pizza and pub. Not only are you getting some ridiculously good pizza, like stupid amazing good pizza, you can also get yourself a pint. No, trying not to. Pizza and beer is a lot. We're not going to do that. We're going to go home and have a hard seltzer, because that's what I got for myself today. We're gonna try the hype of the hard seltzer. See what that's about. Marguerite. This is what it's at now. What do you think, Robert?
Good.
And it's the half marguerite, half cheese. Still got classic pepperoni.
And we are back for part 6 of the Super Carlin Brothers Dumbledore's Big Plan, and I am reacting to it. But before we get into this video, you should go check out their video because it's good, and the link is in the doobly-doo. So go check that out, please, and thank you. Alright, before you watch my video, go check out part 6, okay? Because you're not going to catch all of it here. I'm just going to take a moment to appreciate their art with these thumbnails here. They do get like progressively darker in theme with the rest of the movies and the book, so I very much appreciate that. Here we go.
Hey brother! Guys, welcome to part 6 of Dumbledore's Big Plan, where today we're going to be discussing the Half-Blood Prince. If you are brand new to the series, I recommend you check out episodes 1 through 5 first, but otherwise, let's dive on in. The Half-Blood Prince.
Go check out their episodes 1 through 5 first, and then go watch my episodes 1 through 5 reacting to it, because this is, oh boy.
Or as it may otherwise be called, Dumbledore's Big Plan. I mean, the days of guiding Harry through various hoops and teaching him the value of love and unity and trust and friendship and all that are behind us. Dumbledore has now taught Harry everything he can about the kind of person Harry needs to be to defeat Voldemort. And he's even armed him with 2 whole spells.
Expelliarmus! 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 Expecto Patronum! Expecto Patronum! Expecto Patronum!
Finally, the whole plan is on the table and out in the open.
Is it though?
Almost. It's like 97% of the way on the table and out in the open, but Dumbledore does still have a few aces up his sleeves. At this point in the game, Dumbledore has to be extremely careful about which order and when Harry learns the final bits of information. He can see that victory against Voldemort is nearly at hand. All the pieces are on the board. He just has to start making his moves at exactly the right moments, because Dumbledore actually has two goals in mind now. The first is, of course, to defeat Voldemort, which will involve Harry sacrificing himself. The second is for Harry to survive that sacrifice without knowing that it's possible for him to survive.
And here's where I am going to disagree with you, John, my friend. I genuinely don't think that at any point Dumbledore knew Harry would survive. I genuinely think he was raising him as a pick for slaughter. Like Snape says, he has no clue that Harry could, in fact, survive these encounters, because the odds of him surviving the killing curse once were like 1,000,000,000 to 1. Lightning doesn't strike twice. Well, actually, see multiple instances where it does, so that's where my metaphor falls apart, doesn't it? The odds of someone surviving the killing curse twice, astronomical at best. That's when we're getting into numbers that are too big of numbers to calculate the odds. That particular, I genuinely have to disagree with you. I don't think Dumbledore knew Harry was ever going to survive. I genuinely think that he was like, you're gonna die, kid. You're gonna die, kid. That's it.
The unusual thing about Half-Blood Prince as it relates to Dumbledore's plan is that so many of Dumbledore's actions are actually inaction. I'd like to open with a quote from The Art of War. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself, but not the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle.
Did I or did I not quote Sun Tzu's The Art of War earlier? Unless Sam cut it out. Sam, did you cut it out?
This is the principle that Dumbledore is acting on in this book, in this war against Voldemort, and notably is something that Voldemort is not acting on. Voldemort seems to firmly fall into that second scenario of knowing yourself but not knowing your enemy, and sure enough, for every victory he has, he also suffers a defeat. Has been using this information about Voldemort's past to locate the Horcruxes. How Voldemort chose places that were significant to himself as hiding spots for the Horcruxes. In particular, Voldemort's desire to have a sense of belonging in the wizarding world and his absolute affinity for Hogwarts and anything to do with it end up being crucial bits of information for Harry in his quest.
Is that he's presenting this like this is not self-evident in the books. This is not self-evident in the books? No, I'm genuinely asking, like, is this something that people aren't getting? That the reason why he's doing this, like he's showing Harry that he likes to use places that have significant meaning to him, because that's like a thing that serial killers do. Is this not self-evident to other people? Was I just reading far too much? If this was self-evident to you, please, because John's saying this like it's not, and now I'm confused.
You really understand him. Bits of him. Bits. I just wish I'd understood Dumbledore as much, but we'll see. Come on, Ollivander now. Don't you worry, Harry, we got you covered. We're figuring out all the Dumbledore bits here in 2020. You're not here yet, but you're gonna love it. All we do is stay inside and pretend we don't exist. It's great.
Well, also, Harry in 2020 is possibly incredibly haggard and dealing with the calamities, so he's having a good 2020 as well. You know, pandemic, calamity.
If you will recall back to our Goblet of Fire video, we talked about a gleam of triumph in Dumbledore's eyes. This gleam happens upon learning that Voldemort has used Harry's blood to regenerate his body. It was the moment Dumbledore realized Harry might have a way back, might have a way to survive. Until that moment, Dumbledore kind of was just raising Harry as a pig for slaughter, but as of learning this crucial piece of information, he has to adjust it because the game has changed. Harry can survive. So first, let's fast forward to the resolution of...
But can he though? Okay, but then, I'm saying, just done up until that point, it was raising Harry as a pig for slaughter. It's really not great. It's not a good look. Okay, that's all. Okay.
Dumbledore, though, who has come to care for Harry, suspects that survival is a possible outcome, and so starts leading Harry down the path towards that goal, which is why he does not tell him the following things. First is that Snape loved Lily. Second is the existence of the Deathly Hallows. And third, that Harry himself is a Horcrux. Harry comes so...
But why? Oh my goodness. But the very fact that he went after the Deathly Hallows at multiple points during the last book, he went after the Deathly Hallows, thinking that maybe.
Wow, if Voldemort had just used Avada Kedavra and not killed Snape with Nagini, that would have been the end of it. Harry never would have known. The reason Voldemort doesn't use Avada Kedavra against Snape is because he believes Snape is the master of the Elder Wand, so he doesn't want to use the Elder Wand against Snape because he thinks it's going to backfire in the exact way it does against Harry later on. I finally figured that out last week, and I've been like dying to tell you guys. Anyway, since Snape knows...
Sure, I love that. No, actually, yes. It's chess pieces. I freaking love it.
Knows this information, it means Harry can't know that Snape is on their side. Because if Voldemort finds out that Snape is actually a traitor, he will certainly break into his mind and learn this information. Which means Voldemort would know that attacking Harry would be as much of an attack on himself as it was an attack on Harry. Does that make sense? He would know that Harry walking in...
I'm kind of angry that makes sense. Why am I angry that makes sense?
At this point, Dumbledore already would have written his will and intends for Harry to get the Resurrection Stone and for Hermione to get the book with the symbol on the tails of the three brothers that will inevitably lead them to the information about the Deathly Hallows. Plus, he already has the Elder Wand and Harry already has the cloak, so like, why not just tell him? Well, his reasoning, at least what he tells Harry in King's Cross, is, I was scared that if presented outright with the facts about those tempting objects, you might seize the Hallows as I did, at the wrong time, for the wrong reasons. If you laid hands on them, I wanted you to possess them safely. And the stone in particular here is the most crucial. It is the final piece of the puzzle for Dumbledore, the thing he thinks will help Harry walk into death.
Especially because it's the one that has, at least from the legend, the history of being the most triggering of those obsessive compulsions. Oof.
But based on the way he conceals it, he obviously only intends Harry to use it just before he dies, and definitely not earlier to, like, I don't know, bring Dumbledore back. Boy, can you imagine if Harry had figured this out way sooner and was like, whoa, Dumbledore!
Dumbledore, how do we get salmon?
We are so hungry. He needs Harry to know what the...
I'm sorry, I would never ask Dumbledore for fishing advice. Reason number 4802, why I should have been camping with the trio. I grew up in Alaska, I can find you food. Admittedly, you're from Britain and I'm from Alaska, so 80% of that food might actually be poisonous.
And Harry can't think that he can survive death because then he can't survive death. Got it? And as for not telling Harry that he's a Horcrux...
And I'm mad that I do get that. Because mad is my default emotion.
Not until the last moment, not until it is necessary. Otherwise, how could he have the strength to do what must be done? Revealing this information to Harry is tantamount to just telling him the whole plan. Telling him that this whole time, he has just been intending for Harry to die, which I dare say would undermine quite a bit of the trust he'd built up over the past 6 years.
Yeah, don't say. 100% agree. 1000% agree. Really? You knew I was gonna die this entire time? You just let me go to school and stuff? Make friends? Fall in love? Screw you, Dumbledore.
This, and I feel like
What lights y'all using?
like I'm a broken record, because if he tells him
Are those blue blockers?
the rest of the plan at all, and then Voldemort wins. We can't have that. But there you go, guys. That is part 6 of Dumbledore's big plan.
So I agree. This is very interesting. I freaking love this. This is all super cool. Here's where my whole thing was Dumbledore knowing that Harry would survive. This is where I feel like it falls apart. Him with the whole blood thing. Like, that's a dark spell that Voldemort uses in order to bring himself back. The whole blood thing, it's part of this ancient spell, and there's a lot of things that come from that. And unless other people have done this spell in the past and then tried to murder the person that gave them the blood in the first place, how does he know? How does he know that Harry's okay? I need that blood thing explained to me, and I don't know if even they have the right answers for that, because it's real thin. It's real thin. Like, I know, yes, Voldemort can go and touch Harry, but touch Harry versus like not kill him, I don't know. I don't see how that correlates. That is not the causation. I don't follow. But anyway, this was part 6. Tomorrow is the last portion. Make sure you go and watch all of the videos in the Super Carlin Brothers playlist. It is linked in the doobly-doo below, because you need to get caught up before I sit here and whine more about child neglect and abuse on the part of Dumbledore, because that seems to be the crux of my argument, and I feel like I should probably come up with a slightly stronger one, but that's a pretty big one for me. I don't care what Wizarding World you're trying to save, but allowing a young boy to stay in the hands of abusers does not justify your ends.
Hello! We got back from doing all that fun stuff out in the wild world with all of the humans. We got our pizza in us, did our Dumbledore reaction video for today, and now we import in footage, which, you know, ooh, it's so glamorous. I didn't do an outro. What day are we on? We're doing 19. Okay, so we're gonna do 19 first, and then we'll do 18. So 19.
Is another sherbet lemon, which I'm gonna give the hot one.
I've been really enjoying doing the reaction to Dumbledore's Big Plan series. I like it. It's a lot of fun. I'm gonna keep doing that. I did day 9, 10 of the Chloe Ting workout today. Hurt still all over. So that's fun. And yeah, I need to wrap Christmas presents. I need to do this, export all the footage, put Christmas stockings up, and then go to bed. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. So thank you so much for watching. Remember that I love you always, and I'll see you tomorrow for just a couple of days more. Good night.